Hey, I know I said I was only going to do my one more video, but I can't help it. I come up with ideas, and if I don't come out and say them now, I ain't going to remember them 24 hours from now at all. Why do we keep giving our entire lives to these companies? Just for us all to be poor still. I understand a lot of people say, oh, well, that's how we got to make our living, so we just got to deal with it. No. No, we got to break that mentality. We got to break the mentality of, this is my only way of making money. This is my only way of supporting my family. I agree with you on that. But that company is also the same way those owners feed their family. And guess what? If their workers say they have enough, they don't have anybody there to make the goods. They don't have the goods to be made. They can't sell any goods. So that owner no longer has a family to feed either. We should not have to work 16-hour shifts. We should not have to work 7 days a week. We should not have to sacrifice time with our kids and our family, our loved ones and our friends, because the government and these companies say we have to be there in order to supply for our family. This also ties into my one of the videos I did earlier today about being able to provide for yourself. And this is why they fear it so much. Because if we can provide for ourselves, a lot of these companies that are out there won't be needed anymore. A lot of companies out there are pretty pointless if you really think about it. And we go and we give our entire lives to them. We work more than we have fun. We work more than we spend time with our friends and family and loved ones. That's not the way life is supposed to be. So that's another way to combat it. Start counting your jobs. I'm not doing this anymore. If you're not going to pay me a livable wage, then I'm not going to be here. If you're not going to allot me to be able to have a work-life balance, then I'm not going to be here. And the more people that stand up and say that, the less they're going to look at that person and be like, okay, well, it's only one of you, so we can deal with the loss of one of you. But if an entire company's workers banded together and looked at the company and said, no more. Either give us our work-life balance or we're gone. You either work something out with the government so you don't have to pay as much, so that way you could pay us more. We got to stop thinking and stop having the mindset that we just have to do this. Because if we don't, we won't have a life. We won't have a way to supply for our family. We won't have a way to supply for our own life. It'll be a struggle at first. I'm not going to say it won't. But if we don't start making the sacrifices now, the sacrifices in the future are going to be a million times worse. Because these companies don't care about us. We're just another number. Okay? Now, I'm not saying all companies, because small companies, I've worked for them. They're good places. But the more of a mass of people you get in, they don't care about you. You're another number. You're a statistic in their system. Which, again, it's pretty much like what life is now. We're all just another number in the statistics. The minute that theory changes is a day we all start taking our work-life balance back. They know we're all afraid to stand up. Because if we do say something, they know that they can deal with just the loss of one or two people. The biggest thing in any kind of change you're going to make is numbers. Numbers. I'm not talking unions. Just be unity. That's it. You don't need a union to get things accomplished if you can just all work together in the first place without a union title. Again, that's another title. It's another thing to argue about. So if you just work together naturally without having to carry a title of a union, they're still going to have to listen to you no matter what. Because trying to deal with the rollover of an entire establishment walking out compared to dealing with just a few of somebody walking out of the job and not coming back is way different. Way different. Because I can't run anything with nobody there. So again, sit back and think about why we are giving our entire life to all these establishments. Think about why we are deciding to throw away our time with our kids to give that time to a company that doesn't even appreciate us and doesn't even care about us, that won't even acknowledge you when you walk in the morning and say good morning, and they just walk past you like you're nothing. Tell me we all have jobs like that. Okay? If they can't even see you, then you shouldn't be there. Okay? Because bosses are not leaders. There's a huge difference between bosses and leaders. A leader understands the difference of work-life balance. They understand the necessity of it. They understand that they need their people to be at the best of their capabilities in order to get the best production. A lot of these big companies have no idea what their workers' names are. They don't know what their kids' names are. They don't know what their wives' names are or husbands' names are. Okay? But yet we continue to rake in all this money for these people that don't even give a hoot about us. It just boggles my mind how we've gotten ourselves into this situation. So again, just sit back and look at it. Just sit back and let it ponder in your mind. There's always another job out there. There's always other ways of being able to provide for yourself. You may have to sacrifice the wants for a while to be able to stand up for what you believe in and stand up for what's right. But wants isn't what this life is about. Okay? Especially right now. Right now it has to be about the needs. The needs are the most important thing that we need to focus on. The wants will come in time. Focus about the needs. So, you guys have been telling me to take time for myself and to let myself heal. You guys should follow your advice and take that same way of thinking every time you go to work every single day. When they fight you on taking a day off, when you have to be denied to take a day off. Why do we let somebody tell us when we are and when we are not allowed to be at work? It's our money. It's our pockets. Okay? I don't give a hoot about what they're trying to make. Okay? I'm there for one sole purpose at this point because they don't give a shit about me. So I don't give a shit about them either. I'm there to bring my money home for my family. Okay? The day these people start caring about all their workers is the day you need to start carrying back towards them. Until then, don't keep doing this to yourselves. Spend time with your kids. Spend time with your family. Because you never know when your time is up. And can you honestly look at yourself and tell yourself that if your time was to come tomorrow, would you be proud of yourself for what you chose to do in life? If not, then we need to make some changes. And that's what we're here for. God bless and much love.